Blackbear, and I just want to say I'm just a witty kind of guy. I'm really obsessed with one-liners, and if you go to my Twitter page, now you won't find many pictures or retweets or anything. It's usually just one sentence. I'm obsessed with saying everything in one line. It's what I do it for. I'm obsessed with it. Bye.
Recently, I sat through a little bit of a Jerry Seinfeld stand-up show, and something stood out to me. And someone's actually spoken about this before. Somebody had a video about Jerry Seinfeld, or he just mentioned it in passing. And he was talking about how Seinfeld's views kind of are different now because he's made a lot of money. So the thing that I wanted to talk about was he had a bit about phones. He did this thing where he was like tapping all over his body. I think the way it went was he was talking about how someone will freak out, like, oh, I thought my phone was in this pocket, but it was actually in this pocket, and I just moved it from here to here. And he was like, isn't it weird how people will freak out about where their phone has gone? Like, we're so connected to the phones, which, first of all, isn't really funny. It's kind of just something that a lot of people say. But the thing that I want to talk about is it's not even a good point. Because, yeah, Seinfeld, like, maybe for you, it doesn't matter. Maybe, oh no, where did my phone go? It doesn't matter. But for the rest of us, a phone costs at least $200 to around $1,000. It's like carrying around your bass guitar, or your Xbox, or I don't know, half of your car just on your body. And you'd be like, oh shoot, where did those $1,000 in my pocket go, along with my connection to the world?
I think that's like any of the things you carry on you though, like your keys.
Oh, okay, no, the keys are because it's connected to your car and your house, which is even more money. Like say you were just carrying around some chapstick in your pocket, you wouldn't be like, whoa, oh.
You'd just be like, okay.
I mean,
yeah, I lost the chapstick,
maybe.
I'll go get
like,
more.
You'd look for it.
But it's different, and I just want to call out Seinfeld for giving a crappy take on the fact that, like, yeah, people do use their phones too much, but don't give people crap for like, oh, I moved my phone from here to here. Yeah. Oh, and so the reason I was talking about Drew Gooden in the beginning is like someone made a point that Seinfeld does observational humor, to where he's like, oh yeah, I saw that someone was carrying peanuts down the aisle. What's the deal with airplane food? And it doesn't really work whenever you're sitting in first class now drinking champagne. Yeah. Like, his observations are going to be completely different than everybody else's. Which, that's not my point I'm making. That's why I'm trying to, like, it's a good point, but it's not my point. But my point is about the phone thing. Seinfeld, it may not matter for you, but I'm here to tell you the people want better comedy. He did make a good point, though. He was like, people keep asking me, like, when are you going to put out another stand-up show? And he was like, you guys know me, right? Because talking about how I think he's the top earning comedian. And he was like,
wait, what about Dave Chappelle?
Dave Chappelle is a better comedian, I think. But yeah, Seinfeld, I think, is the top earning comedian because of the show. Seinfeld.
It's still getting money?
Probably. I think Friends is still getting money.
Yeah, I probably, like, every time they play it on TV, he gets.
Oh my god!
And since it's so old at this point, I think that it's been accruing.
Like any like merchandise.
So yeah, he's every time I've looked at the list, he's at the top. Louis C.K.'s close up there. I actually don't. Yeah, I'm sure Dave Chappelle's pretty high up there because he's had a pretty successful show. But Dave Chappelle's the Chappelle show was not as popular as Seinfeld. Whether or not it was better, I'm not saying. I haven't technically watched the Chappelle show, and I think I've watched like one episode of Seinfeld, so I'm not a good judge of either. What the heck was I talking about? Oh yeah, he's the richest comedian right now, and he was saying, oh my gosh, this point has lasted like 5 minutes, but his point was that he's the top earning comedian right now. He could be anywhere. He doesn't have to be doing a show to make money. And he was like I could be anywhere right now, and I'm just choosing to be here. He,
Is he trying to say that, like, just because I'm a millionaire, I still like my craft?
no, I think he was saying the opposite. I think he was saying, like,
He
stop
doesn't-
asking me for shows. I'm done. Like,
Oh.
I'm too rich. Because a lot of comedians, they tour whenever they're, when you need money and stuff. But he has enough coming in.
But isn't it a little bit sad when a musician or a comedian they just want to stop?
I don't know. Because it's just like any other kind of work.
Yeah, they say that, but they never do stop. Like, Dave Chappelle has been saying, all right, this is my last show, and then he's back for another one.
Yeah. Well, it's the same as like whenever you retire, you go and start working at Walmart. You never retire. Speaking of tires, welcome to Hear Me Daddy. My name is Blake. Next to me, I've got Holly, and in a remote studio, we're joined by Nick.
Today we'll be doing Hot Girl Bummer by Blackbear.
Sorry that we've been so off on the schedule. Right now, we are all graduated from college, almost at high
Class
school.
of 2020.
Yeah.
We graduated in our beds.
Yeah. So we didn't get to walk, but we're
But
here.
we're done.
Yes,
Hey.
and we're done. So we should be able to
Hey,
record a lot
I'm
more
class-
frequently, and we should be releasing a lot more frequently. What's up,
I'm
Nick?
class of 2019.
No, you're not. You're class of 2019 and a half.
I'm class of 2019. I could have walked, but I chose not to.
You weirdo.
But
So we
yeah,
had
so-
to move around a lot, and now we're finally in a place where we can get back to doing the show.
Yeah, so we should be recording, or we should be doing an episode every week from now on. And today we're doing a Hot Girl Bummer. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about before we start?
I don't know. The moment's kind of passed. But you were talking about the Seinfeld thing. You said that you agreed with him that people use their phones too much. Have you ever thought they don't use their phones enough? But maybe they should be using it to access high quality streaming entertainment with Quibi. Hey,
I thought you were doing a commercial for our show.
hey, like, are Vines and TikToks too short? But TV and movies are too long? How about 7 to 10 minutes of content? But it's not just YouTube content with nobodies. This has stars. Like the cast of Reno 911.
If you know anything about this, it's a new streaming app where they release 10-minute videos. This has nothing to do with our podcast. I'm sorry about this. But since you brought it up, it's a 10-minute streaming service. They literally make their own videos or shows that are 10 minutes long. And their advertising idea is that people are going to start calling 10 minutes a Quibi. But
Yeah,
were you going to make a point about Quibi?
I watched like
Oh,
the
you-
two creators of. Oh, I didn't watch any Quibi shows, but I watched like a interview with the Quibi creators, and like they kept on. I guess like the main guy in charge, he was like, in like 2010, people watched 30 minutes of streaming content on their phone every day. 2015, 40 minutes. 2016, 60 minutes, and now 2019. They watch 70 minutes on average of streaming content. If we can break into that market. And then he was also like, oh, I guess then the demographic is 25 to 35 with maybe plus or minus 7, so 18 to 42. But then he was like, I guess then it's designed for people to watch between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m.
What?
What are these numbers he's pulling? And also, why is he telling us that stuff?
Well, this was for insiders.
Oh, okay. So this is for the people who seeked it out.
All right, I guess
Sorted
for
out.
like investors or something. But it was like
Okay.
he was like, this is for 25 to 35-year-olds to watch between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. when they're watching their 70 minutes of streaming content on their mobile devices. And let's be honest, if you can sit in front of a TV and watch an hour of television between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. when you're 25 to 35, you're unemployed.
Yeah.
One thing is that they're trying to make it for whenever you have just 10 minutes to watch something. And I did watch someone who spent time, like she bought the streaming app and she watched a whole bunch of the shows. And she said they're pretty good shows. Like the problem isn't the quality of what they're releasing. But the problem is if you were just watching a Netflix show and say you were waiting for a table at a restaurant, and then say in 8 minutes that your table got called and you were watching that show, what would you do?
Turn it off.
Yeah, and pause it.
Yeah.
Now, imagine if you were watching a 10-minute video and in 9 minutes someone came and told you, hey, your table is ready. What would you do?
Turn it off?
Yeah, you would do the same thing. It's
Okay.
really dumb idea. Like, why the length of the video doesn't matter. Now, the thing that they're messing up with is they think, oh, since people watch short videos on YouTube, they're going to watch short videos on here. But short videos on YouTube are free. That's why people watch them. You have to pay for these. Yeah, it's a horrible idea. It sounds like the kind of idea that you're given an assignment in class and the teacher's like, come up with a business idea, find a problem and fix it. And someone's like, what do you do whenever you're waiting on 10 minutes for a table? The guy's like, hey, your table will be ready in a Quibi. And he's like, boom, I have an idea.
Oh, hey, the legally. Oh, wait, that's for the UK, but I guess it still applies. In the United Kingdom, if you work for 6 hours, the government mandated smoke break is 20 minutes. So hey, 2 Quibbies.
Yeah, but you could also watch 20 minutes of Stranger Things or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you won't be left with any you won't be left on a
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But you would though. Still.
Yeah, it's the same thing. All right, so enough talk about other random stuff. So since we've proven that Quibi isn't a good use of your time, and that longer media is actually better, maybe the media that you should be partaking in is our show. Because at least if you had headphones in and you were listening to Hear Me Daddy while waiting for your restaurant thing, you could look around at people, connect more.
Hey, well,
don't listen to them.
Or actually don't connect too much because there's still a virus.
Oh, yeah. So this song is called Hot Girl Bummer. It's by Blackbear. You may know certain songs from him. He has Do, Re, Mi.
Or there's actually a famous story. Theodore Roosevelt.
Well, here, let me finish introducing him. So he has songs like Do, Re, Mi. He has IDFC, which is... I mean, pretty much every one of his songs just has the word fuck in the beginning of it. You'll have to forgive me for saying that, but it needs... it. But, here, it has the word frick in it, but you know what I'm talking about. So... this one, literally the first word is frick. I had some air quotes there. IDFC is I don't frickin' care. Do, re, mi, the beginning of it, or at least the chorus, is Do, re, mi, so frickin' done with you.
I don't like that.
All right, but this is called Hot Girl Bummer. It's if you don't know, it's a play on words from Hot Girl Summer. I actually think we mentioned that in one of the previous podcasts, though I don't know if it's one of the ones that's still up. Hot Girl Summer, it's a song by Megan Thee Stallion, and also I think it was a lot of people were doing hashtags of it on Instagram, but I think it's mainly a reference to Megan Thee Stallion's song.
Meg Thee Stallion, Blackbear. Is this the Blackboard Top 40 or Billboard Top 40 or a friggin' zoo? Oh, but I was saying before.
Oh yeah, what were you saying?
There's a famous story where Theodore Roosevelt was on a hunting trip, and he had the opportunity to shoot the young Blackbear, the artist, but decided not to out of kindness. And
because of that.
And because
of
that, we get this wonderful music.
Our teddy bear.
Technically, due to Teddy Roosevelt, we have our hamster now. He's a teddy bear hamster.
Mm-hmm.
But, Holly, if you would, do you want to go ahead and start us off with the first couple lines? You can see what Hot Girl Bummer... Let's see what he's so bummed out about. Let's see what's such a bummer. Hot girls seem cool to me.
Frick you, and you, and you. I hate your friends, and they hate me too. I'm through, I'm through, I'm through. This that hot girl bummer anthem. Turn it up and throw a tantrum. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, just like as some information on Genius, Blackbear does explain this song.
Well, we don't like people can watch that in their own time.
Well, no. I mean, this is I don't know if there's a video, but he wrote the commentary. I guess the first line. I mean, you can You can look at the.
I think I can tell what the first line means. He just said he hates her friends.
All right, I'm standing on top of the couch at the club. I'm like,
What?
F you to everybody. They're like, I hate you. Whatever.
Wait.
It's a whole thing. It's a big F you fest. A big B-size judging contest almost. I fall victim to that. Also, it's almost like when you're in a relationship and the person is like, I hate your friends. It's okay, I hate them too. It's almost my relationship with society in a way. Not society even, just culture in a way.
Whoa, stop.
Culture.
Stop, wait. You're giving away too much. I didn't want to know this yet. I still thought this was about a girl. Maybe we would be able to tell that in the future.
This? From the lyrics?
Wait, did you? Yeah, I'm sorry. That was me.
Yeah.
I thought it was about a girl.
Oh.
Holly, you were thinking, this is a commentary on society and the fact that society says, I hate your friend. Okay, that actually does sound a little bit better.
About a girl.
If you want to go ahead and go and look up a picture of Blackbear, like society would be the ones to be like, oh, your friends suck. Go get a job, even though his hair is cut, so they won't say cut your hair.
Or grow it out a bit.
Grow it out a bit. You look like a thug.
And he's white. I want to clarify.
Because... So we can like this song, guys.
Remember what
right?
we know about black bears?
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say, remember what we know about black people?
No.
What do we know about black bears? They run away?
Is that it is a supportive, protective, African-American male.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, keep
in
going.
a relationship with a snow bunny, a.k.a. a white, overweight woman.
But yes.
If you're out there... And I just described you.
This is a black bear.
This song's for you, babe.
This black bear is a white guy, if that matters.
Is he trying to stoop women into cuddling with him?
By calling himself Black Bear? Well, I know black bears look cuddly, but you don't cuddle with them.
Oh, he's just a short white guy, right?
Yeah? What did that...
So by calling him Black Bear, is that like macho?
I don't know if you've ever thought about band names before, but usually I think it has like very little to do with what you actually look like. Well, no, that counts. Rapper names or whatever.
Yeah, but it's more about like your ego.
So let's think about this. Lil Nas, that's about his ego, or what? Gosh, why can I not think of any rappers right now? Who's the guy with the colored teeth? Oh, well, first of all, 6ix9ine. Well, okay, no, that actually is. By the way, he's out of jail, and he just released a new song. Oh, we should have done Dumbo or Gumbo. I don't know.
Is that the colorful?
Yeah, that's his new song.
Okay.
We have not said a like conducive sentence in this whole beginning of this. I'm so sorry if you're listening to this.
Tune in for our next episode where we talk about 6ix9ine.
Tune into our next episode where we're bearable.
Yeah.
We're just getting it back into the practice of this. So, do y'all have anything else you want to talk about? I mean, Nick kind of just blew it all away by giving away what this song's actually about. We could literally just stop right now. Do y'all just want to keep meandering about whatever we want? Because apparently this is just a comment on society and them not liking the people he hangs out with.
Well, no, I mean, I think...
Well, specifically while standing on a couch in a club, which I've never been to a club with couches.
Well, no, hold on. But it's not about society, he says. It's almost my relationship with society in a way. Not society even, just culture in a way. Where
you said Nazi society.
Nazi society or culture.
Where it's... Well, even though I think it's about a relationship, because it's where it's like I need you. You know what I mean? I need you, but at the same time, F you.
And
I can't
like,
tell if this is you talking or if you're reading what he said.
I am reading it.
This must be a transcript from a Genius video, because unless he types in
what inspired
just dialogue
this song?
Form.
So I was on Instagram. I don't know what it...
Wait, are you still in the first line? Like the first verse?
I mean, this is just some other commentary.
Well, should we wait for the end to see if we were right?
Oh, and I just like... I don't know if you said this earlier, but this is not a response to Meg Thee Stallion's Hot Girl Summer.
Oh, yes it is.
Meg Thee Stallion's song came out a couple days after I actually recorded this song, and I was like, oh, sick, this is sick. I just thought it was cool, but a lot of people don't think it's cool, and I understand. I do understand, but at the same time, the song has nothing to do with that movement or anything like that. I just keep seeing captions, and I made a song about the captions I was seeing, so she obviously had a huge impact on all culture, not just.
So I did allude to that because a lot of girls were putting that on their Instagrams. I did say that.
I think Meg the Stallion
and their captains.
I think both of them were inspired by the Instagram tag.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to go and fix the beginning of the podcast where I said that, but yeah, if you listen this far, if you turn off the podcast at that moment thinking like, this guy's an idiot, he doesn't know what he's talking about, then I'm sorry. I guess you won't hear this. But now that we know that, okay, well, I think the most important line is the last line of this verse. Turn it up and throw a tantrum. Is he talking about some girl who... We used to talk about this. We were like, is this a response to some girl and he wants her to listen to the song and get mad about it?
I think it's about him.
You think he turns it up and throws the tantrum? He's
Yeah.
like, it's like whenever people like listen to music for a good cry.
I mean, his commentary, it's good.
Or it's about the people who listen to this who are these types of girls that will turn it up and throw a tantrum.
He had a commentary on this line.
Or it's the last 3 lines of the intro. I wouldn't say it's an anti-anything. It's anti-self. It's anti-me. It's an a part of me that I don't even like, really. It's my needing and longing to be a super cool guy. Yeah, it's kind of like an F you to myself. Turn it up and throw a tantrum. Honestly, almost feels sarcastic in a way. It's here as a big F you. Turn it up, brother. But mute that stuff.
So there's a movement. Okay, if you're in the older generation and you're listening to this and you're like, I don't understand, like,
Any of
back
this
in my day
cool
we had
lingo.
punks and we had British punks.
And goths.
Did they have I feel like goths are our generation.
No, it's like 70s. People who were born in the 70s had goths.
Okay, well I guess scene was our generation.
Yeah, scene was our generation.
But and this is still kind of our generation because they're older now, but I think it also includes younger people, but it's a new, I guess, phenomenon. Some artists that this brings to mind are Blackbear. There's an artist, Gus Dapperton, Still Woozy, Benet. I don't know if that's how you say her name, but it's kind of we had a vibe video back a while back. It's kind of vibey. You see a lot of pastel colors. The guys almost always have their hair bleached or dyed pink, and they're wearing a lot of pink. And it's like, okay,
Very kawaii.
I would say it's the most unironic thing ever. Because I feel like they wore it to be ironic, but then it became a movement, and it's just like, now this is just what I like.
And
I
they're
feel
not
like,
acting all pink and pastel. They're usually looking at the camera like they don't give a fuck.
yeah, like his song,
So it's very...
IDFC.
So, and just for for everyone, these lyrics were written by a 29-year-old man.
He's 29?
Oh, he's 30 now.
Oh my god.
So,
Or I mean, he
this
was
isn't
possibly
just a young generation, but this is, I think, more of a new
30,
movement.
depending on when his, like, I'm subtracting a year, but it's possible he could have been 30 when this song was released.
If I were to name this movement right now, I'd call them depress. No ed, just depress. Now that sounds a little bit like I'm talking about the like newspapers and media. We'll call it depressed. Do y'all agree?
Mm-hmm. That's also a vibe of a lot of the e-girls, like E-Nation, is that they
E-Nation?
glamorize depression in videos and
Yeah.
pictures, and kids these days.
Yeah. Chip her up, kids. You'll make it.
Yeah.
All right. I just fixed depression. All right, let's continue.
This that hot girl bummer anthem. Turn it up and throw a tantrum. This that throw up in your Birkin bag. Hook up with someone random. This that social awkward suicide. That buy your lips and buy your likes.
Do you know what a Birkin bag is?
Yeah.
Is it just a really expensive bag?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like, okay, Nick can tell us what this apparently really means in a couple seconds, which is probably that, like, actually, this is about me. I have a Birkin bag that I carry around, and I like to throw up in it sometimes
satchel.
because I party so much. Although apparently he's sober now. But I see, every time that I heard this song before now, I was always thinking, oh, this is just some girl that he would go out with, kind of like Kanye West song Wolves, where he's like, if my mother knew about you, you'd be, girl, you too wild. That's painful for me to say. But I feel like I always thought it was him saying she's like annoyingly wild. Like in the video for, if you want to go through and watch some of the videos of the songs that I mentioned that he has, in his song, in the video for Do Re Mi, it's a play on The Sound of Music. So there's all the kids, and then there's this older girl who looks kind of like I don't know, like she likes him, but is that kind of an, I don't want to be mean. I'll be mean. It's that kind of annoying girl where when she likes you, she's like a real bitch to you. And that's a thing some people like. I'm not gonna, if you like it, power to you. In the end of the video, she pees on the tire of his Hummer while the kids are watching. Go watch the video if you want. It's interesting. Now, speaking about the hook up with someone random, which is the line right after the Birkin bag, is that talking about, is he in a relationship with someone? Or is this even about a girl? Is someone cheating?
Okay.
From what you read, Nick, how does that sound?
All right. I think part of the song, this is him. This is Blackbear speaking. I think part of this song, the reason I started a lot of the words with this, that, wait, the reason I started a lot of the words with this, that, is that mood, this, that vibe.
What?
I'm going to paint this picture for you, and this is that you might think it's this, that, but it's really this, that throw up in a Birkin bag, hook up with someone random. I mean, my girlfriend actually had a friend that threw up in her Fendi bag, like the one with the puppet face on it. I don't know, it's like a Muppet or something on the bag. They're really expensive. And I can't imagine you could get that dry cleaned after, or whatever. It was in an Uber or something. And so, I think that's what inspired an actual true story of just stuff I hear around just in society today. I hear things about, people throwing up in Ubers and all this stuff, and you get banned from Uber.
So I was kind of right about the person being, like, he's just talking about people who are really wild.
Yeah, it's his girlfriend's friends, which I guess that makes sense, because it's, I hate your friends and they hate me too. He's talking about his girlfriend.
So he doesn't like how wild her friends are.
Well, then
She's
I guess
got
maybe
friends who throw
society.
Up with. I wanna zoom in. Like, we can't stop. This can't be about everything.
Like, they're embarrassing him. It's like hook up with someone random. This, that, social, awkward, suicide.
Honestly, I kind of connect with that. It's like, I don't know if y'all have ever had the friend who's like, I'm not into drama.
Yeah.
And they're always around all these kind of people. Well, it sounds like this is his way of saying that, but in a way where he's not just saying, I don't like drama. He's saying, like, you're friends with people with drama, and it annoys me, and I hate them. I kind of get that. I'm down.
Right.
I've never dated someone who I hated her friends, except for Holly. No, just kidding.
I'm giving you the hairy eyeball.
Oh yeah, I've got the.
Well, and then I don't know if he's over.
I've got 5 minutes to run, guys. Ooh.
I don't know if he's like over, because he's kind of talking about society, like in that thing. But I feel like he's over.
This is such a better song if it's not talking about society. I hate that.
Or he has a thing, I think, where he's like, my girlfriend's friend threw up in her Fendi bag in Uber, and now she's banned from Uber. Oh, society nowadays. Where it's like, buy
your lips and buy your likes.
Now that you've read that, I get a lot of what this is talking about a lot better. All he's doing throughout this, for some reason, I feel really dumb now that I've realized this, because every time I listen to this beforehand, all these things, I always thought he was talking about the girlfriend, but he's just talking about things that he hates that her friends do, like having someone buy you new, facial construction, what is it called, plastic surgery, like getting new lips and lip injections, and buying likes on Instagram, things like that. It's just things that he hates that her friends do. Now, he says this, that, social, awkward, suicide. I don't get that line, because I feel like those are words that, I don't know. Let me look at it for a couple seconds. Now, he has a this, that there. apparently that's important. I'll keep an eye out for this, that's.
He explains the last 4 lines of this verse.
Oh shoot, I just got it. Oh wait, okay. Let me pitch something before you read the explanation. And also Holly will have to read the last 2 lines before you read that. So that social awkward suicide, he's trying to have, I guess, a good public persona. And then girlfriend has friends who are coming around and getting too drunk, hooking up with random people. It's like being around someone famous. What is it?
They're freaking it all up for him.
And so they're like, it's his social awkward suicide. Like they're committing social awkward, like they're kind of killing his image. Maybe not specifically his. Like the way I'm saying it sounds more selfish than what I actually take it as. Or it could be
since suicide is like you killing yourself, like they're killing themselves.
Which I guess
like
social,
like it's their suicide.
Yeah, I agree.
Social suicide, which not social awkward.
Should we read the last 2 lines before you do this?
I guess that's a term. Maybe I don't know if it comes from or no. I think it may have, at least it was popularized by the film Mean Girls. But not social awkward suicide, just social suicide. That's committing an act which kills one's social life. Participating in something perceived as extremely embarrassing.
Okay, so that's what we were saying. And so social awkward suicide is just putting a little bit more oomph behind the fact that they're embarrassing themselves. And
it's
it
awkward
annoys
for him.
I don't want to hang out with your friends because it's really awkward and horrible. So go ahead and hit the last 2 lines and then...
I swear she had a man, but shoot. Hit different when it's Thursday night.
Okay, that came out of the blue. I swear. Oh, okay, no.
I swear she was a man.
Well, okay, literally this is... I feel like I'm like finding clues and hints and now everything makes sense. So he's saying... He's like going out with his girlfriend and her friends, and then the girl that he thought had a boyfriend, now she's like grinding on some other guy because he mentioned earlier, hook up with someone random. So he says, I swear she had a man, but hey, on Thursday night, whenever we go out and party, it doesn't matter anymore. Honestly, if I had Holly, if you have friends like this, and you don't, so far I do like your friends. It was a joke. If you had friends like this, though, I probably wouldn't like them, just because I'm a stand-up guy. A stand-up guy, kind of like Jerry Seinfeld. What's the deal with phones, guys?
I mean, well, then, like, one thing, I feel like...
All right. Was I close, Nick?
His girlfriend may have some of these traits. I don't... Like...
Well, I mean, you do share some of the traits with your friends, but I would hope if she's cheating on him, he wouldn't be with her.
I don't want to keep... Oh, hey, look. Blackbear was hospitalized because he almost drank himself to death, so... Hey, maybe he doesn't make the best
Maybe
decisions.
he likes bad things? Okay. No, honestly, his type of scene, the thing that I was trying to explain earlier, the depressed scene, they seem like the kind of guys that would date girls that are bad for them. I actually have friends who are like this. You wear a lot of streetwear. You wear, people sometimes are like, is he gay? But
is he
as far
old?
as we
is
know...
Is he young? Is he straight? Is he gay? Is he cool?
All right, but...
All right. Okay.
Was I pretty close on those lines?
I mean, I feel like he's bad at explaining his lines. So this is just... So whatever you said, and then here's...
This sounds like a song that he would have written. I don't know.
It's just kind of what
This doesn't sound like a song that like some older guy could write.
It's just kind of what I'm seeing all the time. I get filler in my face and stuff. I have no shame about that stuff. I got lines because I smoke cigarettes. I get smoker lines. I get filler too. It's part of the day and age we're in. A lot of the stuff I relate to, and it's my own life, and it's happening. Socially awkward.
Wait.
That's me.
What did he say that he did?
He gets.
All right, I guess he's, or he.
Hey, he has money.
What the heck?
So he's saying like he's not like putting down on this. I guess
he kind of is.
You're right. He's not good at explaining his songs.
Yeah,
like he should just commit to it.
He's having his cake and eating it too here because he's like,
yeah,
society,
he's complaining about something while
like,
saying no, I'm cool
people like
with it.
buying their lips, but also I do it too. Because
it sounds like he's trying to cover his butt after saying something edgy.
Yeah.
It's like if Eminem went on Genius and was like, hey, I don't think that she's the ugly Kardashian, but I'd sleep with the ugly Kardashian. But that was a quick Eminem lyric pull there. Everybody clap.
All right, here's like this explains the other part. Socially awkward. That's me. I think people say the term social suicide, so I was just kind of like, no, mine is social awkward suicide. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's different. It's just like this, that. Social awkward suicide. Bite your lips, buy your likes. They're for sale now.
30-year-old man.
Stuff hits different when it's Thursday night. Everybody knows it's on and popping on Sunset on Thursday.
All right.
Okay. Honestly, this is a pretty good. Like, I like the lyrics in this song so far, but it sounds like he doesn't know. Like, Holly may have been right earlier. He may not have written this song because this is a song that sounds like it's from a very opinionated guy, and then he just keeps being like, but it's me, you know. It's I'm standing on a couch in a club on Thursday.
This almost has like a. If this had jokes in it, I feel like it could be not that great stand-up comedy. Like, oh, you know, my girlfriend's friend, she threw up in this bendy bag, one of those with the puppet on it. You know, it's like a Muppet or something.
But the reason why I said that he probably didn't write this is because he has a lot of money. Usually popular songs are written by like way older men that you'll never hear about, and they do like tons of research and everything to cater to like a certain demographic. And so
it blows my mind that I don't know, I feel like someone who is going through this has to write this song. Like, how do you just perceive that going on somewhere and then you write a song about it? Well, I guess that's me thinking. Like, to me, if someone else wrote the song for him, I feel like it's someone his age and who's going through, like, I feel like it would have to be, like, a friend or something. No, wait. Hold on. This does sound like an old person writing a song. Because they go to the club and they see these younger girls, like, throwing up in bags and things like that. And then they see Blackbear, who's a spot-on, sober young man. I don't know if he's still sober. But they see him and they're like, what's the deal with all these friends of his girlfriend? And then he sings the song and he's like, hey, I don't have a problem with lip fillers. We should, Nick, if you get a chance, you should look up the credits for this song. But besides that, I think it's time to move on to the next verse.
That college dropout music every day. Leg day she be too thick. And my friends are all annoying. But we go dumb, yeah, we go stupid.
Now, everyday leg day she be too thick. Is that even possible? Yeah, not for me.
I don't want to just read all of these, but I kind of do.
So far they've been pretty good. I don't get.
I like
to figure it out before he says it, because I think I do a good.
He has an explanation for the first two lines and an explanation for the next two lines.
Well, here, let me look at it first, because it kind of ruins it for me whenever I learn. Because I'm gonna come up with a really good explanation for it, and then he's gonna be like, "Yeah, I don't like leg day that much," and
really generic. So I was dating this girl.
Yeah, so I was dating this girl, and she
worked out her legs every day. She was thick,
and
it was annoying.
I bought jeans for her, and she grew out of them.
And guess what? Her friends were annoying too.
Yeah, fuck her friends. So that college dropout music, that one really throws me. Does anybody have any ideas, like a jumping board I can go off of? Because this one takes a totally separate turn from the rest of the song. I'm actually gonna need his help for this one, because I guess college dropout music would be in this scene, like these people where they were like, I'm gonna be a business major like my dad,
like
and then they make friends who
music?
do a lot of drugs in college, and they're like, they drop out, and this is the music that you listen to after that. Which he says that college dropout music, and what we've learned from him is college dropout music.
With this, that.
I think his thing with the whole this, that is like stuff just keeps happening. Like his girlfriend's friends just keep doing this and this, this and that, and this and that.
Alright, just here's some information about the credits on this. It was only 3 people. One of those people was only the sound engineer. But then also there's Andrew Goldstein, who has a producing and writing credit, and he also He has writing credits for like Britney Spears, Linkin Park, Demi Lovato, Celine Dion.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, maybe.
Wait, Celine Dion?
Yeah.
So he goes to fancy parties and sees stuff like this.
She's still partying?
All right. We're getting pretty close to the end of the podcast, I think. So do y'all want to go through and pick out... Or Nick, was there something you wanted to read? I think I'm going to go through and look for some specific lines that I think are fun.
Alright, while you're looking, I'll go through his commentary. Alright, about the college dropout. That's cool that you think it's Kanye because Kanye is cool, man. No, I think it's just college dropout music. It's kind of empowering people in a way. None of this stuff is that bad. I'm a part of this, and I do get dragged out to the club. I do spend this money on these tables and stuff. I did drop out of school. So did some of the biggest billionaires in the world. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates. A bunch of people dropped out of school. I think
He just compared himself to Steve Jobs and Bill Gates.
I think when I go to the gym, a lot of days are chest days and a lot of days are arm days. I don't do enough leg days.
That literally is what that's what I said.
I think it goes the same thing for females. Maybe they don't do arms as much or whatever it is. That's just the view on it.
I don't know if y'all have ever tried to write a song, and this is what I'm getting from Blackbear. I've tried to write lyrics before, and I'm really garbage. I feel like I'm much more well-spoken just talking to me. But if I was to try and write a song, I think it would sound silly. If, in fact, he did have a lot to do with the writing of this song, which possibly he didn't. I won't say probably because I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But he's the kind of person who sounds really good through lyrics, but just garbage to talk to. And that's one of my favorite bands, the Dirty Projectors.
Which is why he probably didn't write all of it.
Probably. One of my favorite bands, the Dirty Projectors, I've watched some interviews with the main lyricist for them, and people talk about he's like one of the best indie lyricists ever. Not ever, but recently. And
I was like, wow, that's a big claim.
I said recently. I didn't say I say that. I said people say that. Now, I've listened to some interviews for him, and he's really bad at explaining his songs and just kind of explaining stuff. It's like kind of miserable to listen to, but I really like his music.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe he's just so smart that he just can't talk.
Like Nick. I'm just kidding.
No. Apparently he did the best graduation speech ever at your high school.
Almost like
everyone talks about.
Written down almost like a song.
Oh, but one thing. Oh, well, I was gonna say he is. I feel like he should do bad stand-up comedy because he's trying to be like, oh, you know, these men, these fellas, every day is arm and chest day for them, but these women, every day's leg day. Hey, that's the difference between men and women.
I mean, it's observational. Honestly, yeah, he's got good observation. What's the deal?
Yeah, you started talking about Jerry Seinfeld.
Guys never do it. Women always do it. What's the deal?
Blackbear is this generation's Jerry Seinfeld.
So last generation had a stand-up as Seinfeld. This generation has Blackbear. Next generation is going to have what's another type of media? Stand-up and entertainment.
Miming.
A magician or a mime. Observational miming. It's just outlining a TV and then turning it on and then lazing on a couch. Am I right, guys? What's the deal? Were there any... Well, Nick, were you done reading through that? I think you pretty much hit the high points.
I mean, alright, that 10K on the table.
Yes, that's what I wanted to talk about.
Holly, read us through that real quick.
That 10K on the table just so we can be secluded.
Oh, so that's it. Okay, Nick, you actually read about that already. What is he complaining about?
He just said that, like, yeah, I go to clubs and I put money down on tables.
Well, no,
yeah,
I think it's...
I thought that was for alcohol.
I think it's... Well, you can buy a private table at a club.
You go to a club. Otherwise you have to do, like, the... And he says,
I've seen those.
He says just so we can be secluded. I think he's calling himself out for doing stupid behavior here. Yeah. Because, like, why would you go to the club and pay $10,000 to be secluded whenever you just sit at home?
Yeah, that's stupid.
Well, I don't even know if he's, like, criticizing that because he says when I do go to the club, I have to get my own section because I don't want to go to somebody else's table and drink their bottles or whatever it is. I actually don't even drink. And then the vodka came
This
diluted.
literally sounds like he did not write this song. It sounds like he barely knows what it means.
And the vodka came diluted. He's just talking about, like I've heard at these clubs, when they serve you vodka, they water it down.
One line that I want to talk about is, okay, there's a funny one that says they can't fit me in a Trojan. I always like is a dick joke. But further in that verse, he says,
who's all there? I'm pulling up with the emo chick that's broken.
now is he talking about, Nick, if you could get to that verse, I would kind of like to know what that's talking about, because I always hear that in the song, and that's actually one that I wonder about. Do you have an idea?
I just pictured an emo chick, like chicken.
Yeah.
With a broken leg.
Well, no, the leg wouldn't be broken. It would just have a lot of lines on it.
Like a wait, oh.
She cut herself.
Oh my god.
Do you know what that means, Nick?
I mean, he does have commentary.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah,
in today's age, I know a lot of people think that it's very cool to be depressed. And, like, I kind of do that. You know, on my Twitter, you read it, it's like, I might have been happy that day, but I'm like, I'll die waiting for you. I'm pulling up with that cool, sad girl. It's like a vibe now. It's cool to give off that vibe, like I'm mysterious, but like I'm suicidal or something. So he explained his whole thing there.
That literally explained what we were trying to figure out in the beginning. This sounds like you're happy, but for like clout, and just because it's the cool thing to do, you act sad.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Hey, have you what's more tragic is when you're sad and you have to act happy. Have you heard the tale of Pagliacci the clown? Pagliacci goes to the doctor and he's crying. He's like, Doctor, I'm so sad. I want to end my life. Well, what can I do? And the doctor says, well, there's a great show in town. The funniest clown in all of Europe. You should go see him and laugh, and then you'll be cured of your depression. And then the clown's like, he's crying. He's like, I am that clown, or something.
I think we pretty much got the whole gist of this whole song.
Frick you, and you, and you.
Apparently that's not the vibe of the song, because he's like, oh, I mean,
frick you, but I'm that too, so
yeah, literally the chorus
let's
of this,
all come together.
The chorus of this song is a very harsh and accusatory chorus, and in the Genius interview, it sounds like he was very uncommittal about it.
Yeah, like very nonchalant.
I criticize you for that a little bit. I don't know, it's a song, who cares? But also, I don't know, if you're gonna write a song about it, act like you care about it. I don't know. Looking
at these lyrics, it would be plausible that this was a machine-generated song.
What do you mean? I think the lyrics aren't bad. I don't think that... No, it isn't.
Like, you're the only one here.
No, I call BS. That's not bad. This song, I don't know. I get it. Some people suck.
You get it.
Well, the reason I get it, there are a lot of different people out there. And I think I'm the kind of person that gets annoyed by people doing... I don't know. Because I don't mind drinking.
Okay, Blake.
Gosh, you know what? I said this line about how this sucks, but you know, I do it too sometimes, so I get it, Blackbear. All right. I take it back. Let's just talk about a couple things about the podcast. So we're done with Hot Girl Bummer. I think I enjoyed that one. I feel like we really broke that down. For once, I feel like we actually learned what the meaning of the song was.
I feel like we learned a little bit about you, too.
About me?
About you.
What about me?
That you like this song and you feel...
I mean, I'm not in this scene.
Connection
I'm not in
with
this
Blackbear.
scene. It has nothing to do with this scene. I never...
And that you both
hate
farsed girls and their friends.
I never farce... I hate your friends. Am I right, guys? I never farce depression. Actually, I would say that my scene is optimism. And on that note... It was a G note. And a couple things about the future of the podcast. So, yeah, we're hopefully going to be posting weekly now. But, I mean, we always say that. So, if we do start posting weekly, then you'll know. But a couple things about the podcast. And hopefully I'll start saying this in the beginning because we really need y'all to start doing this. But if you could either just share the episode with people you know. If there was an episode that made you laugh, not every episode is going to make you laugh because, I don't know, we're not that funny. But if some episodes make you laugh, tell other people to listen to those episodes. And that's the most important thing that you could do to help us.
We're just asking for $5.
Yeah. Guys, if you can sit on your ass and listen to us for 1 hour, you can give us $5.
Yes.
If you don't know what we're talking about, that's a whole nother thing.
Look,
get on YouTube,
joking.
Educate yourself.
We're joking. Yeah, go culture
Don't
yourself.
follow people like that.
Culture yourself with Gen Zers.
hey, look, recently I had an accident where I threw up in my Birkin bag in an Uber, and now I'm kicked out of Uber, and now I have this Birkin bag that I need to have dry cleaned.
But they probably won't even do that, will they?
$5 a month.
Don't try and give us money. We don't have any way for you to give us money.
We were joking.
If you do want to give us money, let us know. But yeah, right now, mostly just
referencing something that happened in the Twitch world. Yeah.
Right now, just tell other people about the podcast. That's all we want.
Yeah, we don't want your money.
Find a way to contact me, and I'll give you my address if you'll agree to give me $20.
That's your trade.
Yeah.
Okay, Nick's asking for money, but we're not.
And a little, not fortune cookie, a little spoiler for the end, something good that's coming through, is I'm currently planning a new cooking podcast that I'm hopefully going to be releasing soon. Not soon, it'll be a little while, but it's going to be breaking down the actual essentials of cooking, baking, anything like that. I'm thinking that the first series that it's going to go over is going to be doughs. So it'll be things like...
what?
It'll be things like what makes pasta dough different from cake dough and pancake dough and things like that. I'll be able to give you more information on that later, but it's something to look forward to in the future.
Blackbear might feature.
Yeah, Blackbear might come in the end and say,
Wait,
I really hate cookies. Well, I eat them sometimes.
I mean, I kind of made this joke already, but it's slightly different. Blackbear, doughs, where are we? The woods?
Good. Now we've come full circle. I think that's mostly it. Thank you all for listening to Hear Me Daddy today. Hope you enjoyed. As usual, my name is Blake.
I'm Holly.
I'm Nick. And, here's, I don't know, I can do a Griffin McElroy type thing, where it's like, OZ Level on Genius says about this song, you can match chorus for your mom too when you get mad and can't say anything, because mom would be say, so instead you go to your room and yell quietly, but only the chorus.
All right, bye.
Bye.